Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Mixtape, post-holiday edition. Hope you guys had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
We've got some fun in store today. We're going to be doing a lot of NFL. We're going to be recapping. We're going to be previewing. There's some big matchups this week determining seeding in the playoff picture. Jimmy has a new shtick for us today. He's going to be doing a little trivia. Brad's got a top 5 game day eats he's going to be taking us through. You guys ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready.
All right. It was a big week in the NFL. Week 17 NFL recap. I would say the two biggest games of the week were complete opposite. You had the Bears 49ers, all offense. You had the Eagles Bills, all defense. We're gonna kick it to you, Brad. You're gonna lead us off. Bears 38, 49ers 42. Probably one of the most exciting football games of the entire season. Came down to the final play. San Francisco. Jimmy and I have been talking about it. Putting themselves in position to be the number 1 seed if they can beat Seattle this week. Brock Purdy has been on a roll.
Don't forget about the third biggest game, the Toilet Bowl, too, Vegas and the Giants. But
That's
we'll talk about them later.
That draft pick bowl.
So we've been talking about a little, all year. San Fran has just been slowly plugging away, staying on track, doing all the right things, well coached, getting it done with guys injured. And
no Kittle.
Still pulling off some big wins.
Yep.
Is it 5-0 with Purdy back?
6-0
now with Purdy back.
6-0.
The past 3 games, he's looked like an MVP caliber quarterback.
Yeah.
So go into some stats on the game, though. Purdy went 303 yards. He went 24 for 33, high percentage, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. This game, though, and he was matched by Caleb Williams. Williams went 25 for 42, a lot lower percentage than Purdy, but 330 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. But let's talk about this game. Ready?
This is like a game of Madden.
Ready? Because this is familiar sounding from Brent with some statistics the past couple shows. 0-0, 0-7, 7-7, 7-14, 14-14, 21-14, 21-21, 21-28, 28-20. It matched all the way up to 35-35.
Yeah.
The Bears finally take the lead, 38-35. And here comes Purdy with a game-winning drive to score the go-ahead touchdown, and the Bears couldn't answer.
Yeah.
Impressive. But it's leaving San Fran an opportunity for the number 1 seed in the NFC. And to be honest, we'll talk about it a little bit later. They're getting that number 1 seed quietly.
Yeah.
And they're going to be scary to beat, but can the defense hold up is a big question.
Look, you don't need to play defense when you're scoring 42, 48, 37.
No.
Last 3 games, San Francisco putting out 42, 48, and 37. Back-to-back games of 5 touchdowns for Brock Purdy. Brad mentioned it. He threw 3. He ran 2 in this game. I'm going to tell you guys this. This is how confident I am in San Francisco's offense right now. This was my lock of the week. If you didn't see our parlay hit this week, we each had each of one of our picks. It was riding on me, the Sunday night game. I had San Francisco.
I almost cashed it out. Not really.
I had San Francisco -3. First play of the game, Brock Purdy throws a pick 6, and I can honestly say I was not nervous. This San Francisco offense has been putting up points like crazy. And what was even more impressive about this game, Jimmy, no Kittle. Trent Williams got hurt that first play of the game. He was out with a hamstring. Those are 2 top-tier guys in this offense. Your best offensive lineman, your best pass catcher. And what does San Francisco do? They go out and score 42 points.
You think, too, when a quarterback has such a big game, the running game's not there. Not this game. CMC, 140 yards rushing.
Yeah.
He threw on another touchdown. He was huge in the passing game, as always.
Yeah.
Look, San Francisco's been slept on all year. They're a complete team. I know there was some grumblings that people didn't think they would get it done, but they just keep on winning. With Purdy back, I feel like they could beat anyone. Playoffs is a different story, but it'll be an exciting game next week.
And here's what you saw. Now, hats off to the Bears. Complete turnaround.
Was that the hook and ladder that they tried?
Yes.
That was
Freddie would have loved that.
You saw that the Bills pulled that out against the Eagles for a huge first down, and then the Jags tried that against the Colts. It resulted in a fumble, but we saw 3 of those this week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
what I want to say to finish up about this game, hats off to Ben Johnson and the Bears. The team's been incredible this year, complete turnaround in 1 year. However, they have had a lot of late game heroics and magic, and that luck finally ran out this week, where you can't consistently depend on that week in and week out. They kind of turned back into the pumpkin in that fourth quarter there.
One more thing to say about Purdy, too, is, when Mac Jones was starting and there was a lot of talk of, why'd they pay Purdy so much money? Mac Jones is winning them games. They don't need someone like this. Is why you paid Purdy that much money. He's been playing MVP caliber football. So
and when he scores, you see him doing the Dougie. I mean, my man is getting down in the end zone after those games.
Yeah.
You hear it when you hear those teammates talk about him. He is the leader in that locker room. You could tell those guys love playing for him. He's got a little bit of that dog in him. So we go from a game of all offense, no defense. It looked like a game of Madden or like a game of NFL Blitz. Out to the other big game of the week. Eagles go on the road to Buffalo. First off, Jimmy, tell us about those conditions.
That was, if you didn't watch the game, those are fun games to me.
It's like a slip and slide.
Anytime you hit the ground, that grass, you were splashing a puddle, but that was sloppy and messy, that game.
Cold rain.
Yeah.
Bitter.
They would have rathered it snow.
Yeah. Those guys, you could see them, some of the Philly players on the sideline in between putting their helmets in front of the heaters, just trying to warm back up.
Speaking of helmets in Philly, did you not notice the offensive lineman on the very first play of the game came onto the field into the huddle without his helmet.
He was just so amped up and ready to go. Right. He was trying to set the tone. Look, the Eagles' defense dominated this game. Truly an impressive unit, and I'm hoping Philly doesn't waste it because our offenses have been spotty. This was another rough game. We got out to the hot start, up big at halftime. The problem in the second half was the Eagles' defense was on the field the entire game. 0 completions in the second half for Jalen Hurts. I think the Eagles punted 5 times. It might have been like 5 straight 3-and-outs. It was brutal. Jalen Carter is the game wrecker and the difference maker, though. The blocked extra point in this one ended up being the difference maker in the end.
Exactly.
And look, I know it hasn't been pretty. The Eagles win games like this. They muck it up. They win the ugly games. And it's for that reason that I still think the Super Bowl runs through Philly. I still think this is the team to beat come postseason.
It seems to always run through a defense. And Philly's defense has proven every game this year almost.
Look, Philly has the pedigree. They've proven they could do it. I mean, in all honesty, the Bills should have won this game. Josh Allen had a guy wide open for a 2-point conversion. He didn't hit him, and
you've got to make that throw as the new alpha, right? Mahomes is dealing with an injury. The Chiefs had a down year. Everyone's talking like Allen is that guy. I love watching Josh Allen play football. He's a fun guy to watch.
These are the games that he needs to win.
You got to make that pass. Completely wide open.
Give your guy a chance at least. He didn't even give him a chance, and this is going to be the first time since 2019 that the Bills don't win the AFC East.
And someone in the NFC, please don't give Philly the satisfaction and knock them out in the first round. Because take a look at Brent's new T-shirt. It's Philadelphia Saquon lifting up Giants Saquon to a Super Bowl.
I just wanted him to get a ring.
Yeah, but
we took good care of him. But the Eagles, I think it's a statement game. They still have a chance at that number 2 seed, depending on how things shake out this weekend. Another big game we got to talk about, speaking of defense, because I think this team has the best defense in the AFC. Defense can win championships. The Houston Texans going on the road, beating the Herbert-led Chargers 20-16. This was a Saturday game.
Yeah.
What stood out to me, this Houston pass rush is relentless. They sacked Herbert 5 times.
Suffocated him.
But even when he wasn't sacked, he was so uncomfortable in the pocket. They were in his face all game long. You got Will Anderson back there. You got Daniil Hunter. Those guys wreak havoc on the opposing pocket.
You were just talking about teams that win those gritty games, and the Texans, to me, this year, one of those teams. I mean, in the playoffs, that's the type of games it's going to be, and that's a defense that can win championships.
Defense and ground games travel in the postseason, no matter what the weather is. And I really think, look, that's 8 in a row for Houston. They're the hottest team in the NFL. 8 straight wins for the Texans. They still have a chance to win the division. They would need some help. Jacksonville's got to lose. But 2 teams that remind me very much of each other are the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. You've got 2 quarterbacks who are X factors. They're question marks. We saw 2 different versions of C.J. Stroud in this game. Starts out the game with the 2 bombs. Texans get off to a red-hot start. He has 2 really bad interceptions as the games go on. Sam Darnold, we could say the same thing, hasn't always shown up in big moments. You've got 2 elite defenses with quarterbacks that, look, if they can manage the game, and more importantly than that, just take care of the football.
Yeah.
Seattle's a run-first team with Walker and Charbonnet there. We saw Woody Marks was back this week. Houston is a completely different team when he's in the lineup, when he's not.
Yeah, they need Marks in there to run that ball. He's the best running back they have.
Absolutely. And so, on the same division, the team that Houston is trying to track down and catch, the Jaguars go on the road, comeback victory over the Phillip Rivers-led Colts, 23-17 for Jacksonville. Guys, the Jags are looking like legit contenders. They've got a defense that plays ball. Trevor Lawrence each week.
Balling this year.
And speaking of good defenses, right? The AFC has Houston and Denver, okay? 2 teams that get after the quarterback.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence's mobility is such a skill set. He just put 34 on Denver. He can move around. He ran for 2 more touchdowns in this game. This is a team that we talk about that doesn't necessarily have like the alpha receiver that picks up stats every game. Some weeks it's Washington. Some weeks it's Jacoby Myers. Some weeks Brenton Strange, the tight end. Other weeks it's Thomas. The Jags are starting to look like they could be a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, I mean, look, Trevor Lawrence is about time. This year's his coming out party. We've been waiting for him to really shine. And, yeah, I mean, I think right now the Jaguars, they could do some damage in the playoffs. I think, that the defense is a little suspect to me. They played great at the beginning of the year, then they kind of faltered, then they're playing a little better as of late. But
Yeah, I think they're clicking now.
Yeah, and we talk about coordinators, right? New coach, Liam Cohen. We talk about the Bears and we talk about the Jaguars. Look at where they were last year, and now you got 2 teams knocking on the door as potential Super Bowl contenders. What's the difference? You bring in awesome offensive coordinators from other teams. They come in, they get these quarterbacks rolling. Caleb Williams having a good year, as well as Lawrence.
Let's throw an honorable mention in this game, though. How about Phillip Rivers? 3 games in a row, he's kept this team in ball games.
They're right there.
I mean, they had a chance to make the playoffs with Rivers at quarterback.
It's a great point.
Never going to happen.
It's a great point.
And
And
quarterback.
this leads to a conversation I want to hear, though. Phillip Rivers hasn't touched the football in 5 years.
Yeah.
So listen, hear me out here. You got a guy who gets up off the couch, maybe looks a little bit like he got up off the couch. He maybe would enjoy indulging in some of these top 5 game day eats that we're going to talk about. But listen, you could make the argument football and the quarterback position are different now than they used to be. Phillip Rivers at the line of scrimmage is calling checks and plays and changing things around and pointing out the defense. You got a lot of these rookies that come in the league now. They don't even take a snap under center anymore. They're so used to playing in the shotgun in college, spread offense.
Yeah.
How is it that you get a guy who hasn't played a game in 5 years, he comes in, he's serviceable, arguably better than the backup Leonard, and you have so many young quarterbacks now that just crumble in the NFL?
It's a mental game, quarterback. You have to have the skill set, but to play quarterback in the NFL, you have to be able to diagnose plays every time you're up at the line of scrimmage. You have to learn huge playbooks. And
is that changing, though, is what I'm saying?
I think the young, these quarterbacks coming in, I don't think they're going to be as good as the guys like Phillip Rivers, and we're seeing that. Now, you have some young talent, some great young talent in the league.
For sure.
But, I think Phillip Rivers being in the league so long, he could come back. He already knows, and he knows this system. He knows the system for the Colts like the back of his hands. So
I think what's super impressive about it is his minimal time on the practice field with those teammates, but he is not athletic anymore. He kind of never was as far as a scrambling quarterback, but nowadays you have to get the ball out of your hands immediately. So that's what he's able to fall back on, is his accurate getting the ball out before a receiver turns their head even, and trusting that your receiver's going to be in the right spot and you're doing spot passes. And that's what he has always been so good at in his career, is throwing the ball before the routes even started or completed, and the receiver's in the right spot, the ball's on the money.
Yeah.
And so he could get rid of the ball quick in today's game and succeed.
Yeah, but I even And look, I love Phil Rivers, but that's not going to get it done. I don't care whether you're a rookie or a veteran. Like he can't throw for 147 yards a game and expect to win these games.
But if you're impressive, nevertheless, that they had a chance with him at quarterback. He's kept them in the games.
It's incredible, like you said, that he could come off the couch.
He could have came off the couch and thrown 6 interceptions a game, and that's what everyone was kind of expecting.
Well, if you're a Colts fan right now, you got to be thinking, what the heck happened? We're sitting at 8-2.
Well,
this
first
is
off,
6 in a row.
You got to think of the quarterback situation too. You have Anthony Richardson, all right.
And as a Giants fan, I'm kind of like, I told you so.
Yeah, you think he's the guy, and then you get Daniel Jones coming in. This guy, unseats Richardson as a starter, and he plays like an MVP caliber quarterback for most of the season, and then he gets injured.
Yeah.
And now what do? You don't go to the rookie, you go to Phil Rivers. I mean, it's just it's a mess at quarterback.
Speaking of old quarterbacks, we got to talk about one that did not look so great this weekend out in Cleveland. Pittsburgh has a chance to win the division against a 3-win team. They go on the road against the Browns. It really showed the DK Metcalf suspension really hurt Pittsburgh. Yeah. And I find it kind of ironic. All right, so Pittsburgh gets rid of George Pickens because apparently he has character issues, right? They don't necessarily like some of the antics. What does Pickens do? He goes out, he maybe says something about Richard Sherman he shouldn't have, but he goes out and has an incredible season out in Dallas. Pittsburgh struggles with wide receivers. They end up getting DK Metcalf in, and he ends up attempting to punch a fan and ends up suspended for 2 games. And that really hurt them down in that last red zone.
Monster games. Your season's on the line here.
That last red zone possession, that's rough if you're a Pittsburgh fan. But it sets up an exciting Sunday night matchup this week coming up to the two AFC North heated rivals.
To any of you conspiracy theorists out there, this is the perfectly written NFL script, right? All year, you've got Mike Tomlin's never had a below 500 season, right? And he's been edging that all year. You got the fans booing him, getting ready to push him out of Pittsburgh. Then you got Baltimore just crapping the bed all year. This was their Division II take this year, hands down. And somehow you have them last game of the season.
Well,
for the divisional title?
What did Baltimore finally do on Saturday night that we've wanted them to do all year?
They gave the ball to the king.
They fed Henry. Career high 36 carries.
Let's go. 36 carries, 216 yards, and what did he do? 4 Lambeau leaps. Yeah. All right? This guy ran people over Sunday night. I mean, this is it.
That's the formula. That's the formula.
He had 18 carries in the very first game of the year against the Bills. What did he do? 168 yards, 2 touchdowns. What happened, though, at the end of the game? He makes a crucial fumble to turn the game around. Bills go on to win, right? Yeah. I think that messed with his head for the better part of the year. And then he had another big fumble a couple weeks later. But I think that really actually messed with his mental. His physical's always been there.
I don't think they were giving him enough carries.
I agree.
They didn't give him enough touches either. I mean, this is a guy, he should be having 25 touches every single game. And
he's averaging over 5 yards a carry this year. I looked this up because you hear people like, if you just checked in every once in a while, you'd be thinking King Henry was having a down year. No, 1,469 yards, 15 rushing touchdowns. The volume hasn't been there, though. There have been games where he's gotten 11 carries, 14 carries. He is a guy, especially with a Lamar not at 100% this year, you've got to feed him the rock. They did against the Packers. Don't get me wrong. They weren't going against an wide-open run defense. The Packers have been one of the best teams against the run all year, and he goes and exploits them.
And I get it when Baltimore's and Lamar's healthy, when they're rolling that yin and yang between him and Henry, it works because there's so much for the defense to guess on, right?
Yeah.
Henry only had like 3 games with 20-plus carries this year.
Yeah.
What happens when you feed him the ball? Like 2 touchdowns every one of those games, over 100 yards every one of those games.
Lamar can't run it that much. The guy keeps on getting injured. I mean, let Henry take the brunt of that.
If this is a season where there's a lot of other teams out there where their lead back is getting 22 to 25 carries a game, let's say Henry had 25 carries a game this year. He's going well over 2,000 yards.
Yeah, big what if factor. Big what if.
Because his main thing in that offense is wearing defenses down in the first half. He may only get 50 yards.
Yeah.
Then he'll go bust 100 yards in the second half.
Last game I want to touch on before we move on to trivia here. Seattle, for the time being, held on to that 1 seed. Go on the road to Carolina. Big win in Carolina, 27-10. Again, I think Seattle and the Texans are very similar teams. Elite defenses, quarterbacks that have some question marks. Here's a stat for you, Brad. I think this kind of sums up Sam Darnold, right? We have talked about his big game struggles. He had a huge win against the Rams a few weeks ago. Sam Darnold leads the NFL with 20 turnovers this season, okay? He's also done something else only 3 other quarterbacks in history have done. Back-to-back 13-plus win seasons in the NFL. Here's the list on this Mount Rushmore. Sam Darnold, Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady.
That's incredible that there aren't more great. There are some amazing quarterbacks that haven't won that many games.
Back-to-back 13-win season. Well, this was before, too. It used to be a 16-game season, but and then Carolina again. Carolina and Tampa, both big losses. That it seems like nobody wants to win the NFC South. I'm going to make the argument they should give it to the Saints. The Saints are the hottest team in the division right now.
Yeah.
But how about this if you're a Carolina Panthers fan? This is literally 10 weeks in a row. 10 in a row. Here's the Panthers. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss.
So you're saying they got a chance.
10 weeks. So
50%.
Things are looking up for them this week based on recent trends. Also, real quick shout out, Trey McBride, 10 catches, breaks the single season tight end receiving record held by beloved Eagles Zach Ertz. He had 10 catches.
Another touchdown.
He's up to 119.
The guy's such a freak.
119 on the season. And then we got to talk about Drake May, probably wrapped up the MVP against Jimmy's Jets. He did something that I heard had never been done by a quarterback before. Completed 90% of his passes for over 250 yards and 5 different touchdowns.
Another record set by the Jets.
Jimmy, how did the Jets not
Stafford still has better stats than Drake May, so.
How did Jimmy, how did the Jets not have an interception this year?
I'm not answering any Jets questions. I'm not even a fan, so.
All right, well, on that note, let's change that mood. Jimmy, why don't you tell us what our fun game is going to be this week?
Well, we'd like to switch things up. So today we are going to try a little bit of trivia. And to start it out, we'll do different kinds of trivia, but to keep it on topic, we're going to do NFL trivia today. So let me get my little jacket on.
Shuck it, Trebek.
And then this is me. This is me. This is Brad for trivia. Oh, I got the blazer.
Yeah.
Is that Clinton Portis underneath there on that Miami shirt?
This is Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor. There you go, AJ. It's for my Miami Hurricanes tomorrow. All right, so the way that this is going to work is they are each going to have a whiteboard.
Oh, fancy.
I'm going to ask 15 NFL trivia questions. And I didn't make this one super hard because I want them to be able to score some points. But we're going to do 15 questions. I'm going to ask them. They're both going to write it down without showing each other. You cannot Google the answers, Brad.
No, I know.
And then they're going to show it at the same time, show the camera. And I'm just going to mark down their points. And we'll have a final question at the end. We'll take whatever points they each have. And it'll be like Jeopardy. They could gamble however many points they want, and we will determine the winner. And this tonight is really, I guess, just for bragging rights.
Yeah, we didn't actually have a bet on any of this.
No, I'm waiting for my fantasy football trophy to come in for bragging rights.
Yeah, congratulations to you, Brad. You won our fantasy football league in dominant fashion.
First ever, to be honest.
Okay, we ready?
Let's do it.
Who was the first African-American starting quarterback to win a Super Bowl?
To win a Super Bowl.
Yes. And I'll take a last name if you don't know the first name.
How about a team?
Do we when we're ready? We're both gonna hold it up
at the same time? Yeah, because
How How many minutes do I get? Oh,
You get about 20 seconds to answer.
All right, we're ready to hold it out?
1, 2, 3. I saw you have Doug Williams. Who do you have?
William Skins.
Oh,
That's for you, AJ.
very good. There you go.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Question 2. Which player holds the record for the most career touchdowns in the NFL? And we're not talking about quarterbacks.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, we're both ready. One of you has the correct answer.
I don't think this is right.
1, 2, 3.
Eric Dickerson.
Brent?
Jerry Rice?
Jerry Rice, the correct answer.
Brad, you used to beat him in the backyard.
I know.
Yeah.
When I was throwing you passes.
Yeah, but I caught more touchdowns than he ever did. So
That one's tough.
I can't keep track of his.
I was
If you were
gonna either
using
say-
the Koosh Vortex football.
Yeah, that's right.
My second guess would have been Emmitt Smith. I thought it was
Yeah.
one of those two. Yeah. Okay.
Which wide receiver has the most receptions in a single NFL season?
Ooh. Oh, no.
This one's a
Damn.
little. I will say this one's
You know
a little
what?
tricky.
I
Yeah.
got two, and I think I wrote the wrong one.
This is a little tricky. So
I don't
this is a
know.
tough one.
Oh.
You ready?
You got 2 seconds.
Nah,
All right, you ready? Go. What are your answers?
I got Cooper Cup.
I got Megatron.
Well, you're both wrong. It is
Welker?
Michael Thomas.
Oh, Saints.
Has 149
Oh, yeah,
catches. Cooper
yeah.
Cup, I think, had 145.
But the
That was
Saints
the
breeze.
year before I drafted him in fantasy.
Yeah,
the next
he was
year.
a stud for like
And
a year.
He got
or
hurt.
two.
He got hurt the next year.
That's a great trivia question, Jimmy. Jimmy really put in some effort here with these trivia.
I want to say Megatron was most yards by a receiver, right?
Not sure. Maybe it'll be a question. All right. Who holds the record for the most career sacks since the stat became official?
Most career.
Sacks, yes.
Career sacks.
This is a tough one.
Yep.
I don't think this is right.
This is, I'll give you both a hint. This is a guy that we all watched play growing up when we were younger.
When we were younger.
When I was young and you were younger.
It's a great Christopher Walken poll. All right, 1, 2, 3. What do you got, Brad?
Reggie White.
Brent?
I got Reggie.
Is it LT?
It's Bruce Smith.
Oh,
Of the Bills.
Hey.
Bruce Smith was a stud. A lot of people forget about him.
Virginia Tech.
Shout out to a
Virginia Tech
a
guy.
Tidewater native, right?
757.
All right, this one.
Wow.
Which running back has the most career rushing yards?
Most career?
Rushing yards. Which running back?
I don't even think this one's close, right?
He's got a pretty big lead.
I'm not sure I know how to spell his name. All right.
No.
Don't overthink it, is all I'm going to say. All right, 1, 2, 3. What do we got?
Emmitt Smith.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
It's Emmett.
Emmett Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's way up there. He's going to be tough to catch.
You know, I almost put Emmett up here instead of Warren Moon tonight.
That would have been awesome.
If you ask me stuff like which NFL linebacker, did the most drugs before games, I would know that answer.
Look, these were tough. I actually was trying to look up questions, and I did not get all these correct.
Yeah.
I've only gotten one so far.
All right.
Go back to the first
Let me try and give you one here. Which quarterback has the most Super Bowl MVP awards?
Is it the obvious?
A lot of these questions, you don't really have to overthink it, is all I'm going to say. But
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
all right, what do we got?
Tom Brady.
Brady.
You're both correct.
I wanted to go Mahomes there for a second.
How many does Brady have? 5?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, I think it is 5.
That's ridiculous.
That's more Super Bowl appearances than 99% of quarterbacks.
That is ridiculous.
It's 5 MVPs for Tom Brady. Okay. Who is the only player to win the NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same season more than one time?
The NFL MVP
And the Super Bowl MVP in the same season more than one time. All right. 1, 2, 3. What do we got?
I said Joe Montana.
Patrick Mahomes.
It is Mahomes.
Oh, good one.
Good one, Brad.
That's good. I didn't even think of Mahomes.
Okay, and this one is multiple teams, but just give me one of the teams. Which team has never appeared in a Super Bowl? Can you name one of them? Okay, 1, 2, 3. What do we got?
Detroit Lions.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
You're both correct. The other two are the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. All right.
Got a tight race here.
We do.
This might come down to double jeopardy.
Might come down to that last question.
Which running back?
Double jeopardy.
Which running back has the most rushing touchdowns in a single season?
Ooh.
It's one of two guys, and I think this is the guy that has the old record, but I'm not sure.
All right.
I think
Here we
this
go.
is wrong.
1, 2, 3.
I put Sean Alexander, but I actually think it might be LaDainian Tomlinson.
It is LaDainian
Is it?
Tomlinson.
Yeah.
He has 28 rushing touchdowns
He
in
broke
2006.
He broke Alexander's
Yep.
record. Yeah. You remember Sean Alexander for the Seahawks? How much of a
Yeah,
beast that guy
I loved
was?
watching that guy. I loved him in fantasy football.
He was a Bama guy, too, I think.
All right.
All right.
Who is the youngest Super Bowl winning quarterback in NFL history?
Winning?
Youngest Super Bowl winning quarterback in NFL history.
These are great questions, Jimbo.
This was the second year Super Bowl, wasn't it? Since I don't know how to spell his last name.
Survey
What
says
do we got?
I got Roethlisberger.
You were both correct.
Big
yep.
Ben.
Yeah.
Was that second year?
Yeah, 2006. I think that was.
I think
the
it was the
second
second year. Burrow, though.
That was
had
against. That was.
Burrow had a chance.
I believe that was against the Sean Alexander-led Seahawks too.
I think
Right.
Burrow had a chance age-wise to be the youngest.
Matt Hasselbeck. I don't know. Burrow came into the league pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he
he was in college for a long time. He had a
was
couple
the-
red
the
shirts.
Van Wilder of LSU.
A couple red
Yep.
shirts. He was at Ohio State, I think, before that.
All right, that was 10 questions. Let's go a few more questions before we get to the final.
All right.
Which NFL franchise has the most all-time wins?
Most all-time wins.
Yep.
All time, not the Jets.
Wow, this is a good question. Ready?
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, Packers.
Packers.
You're both correct. Good job.
No wonder Grandpa George liked him so much.
Yeah. All right. Number 12. Which NFL team only has a decal on one side of the helmet?
I got this one.
All right. I'm pretty sure.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Survey says
Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
That is correct. That's very correct.
That's tough. Just the black on one side of the helmet,
Yeah.
as the kids say these days.
The
Tough.
steel
That's tough.
curtain.
All right. I want you guys to give me the name of the trophy given to the winners of the Super Bowl.
I probably spelled it wrong.
What do we got?
The Lombardi Trophy.
Lombardi.
You're correct. All right, we're racking up some points.
We're heating up here, Brad.
I think I'm getting that in the mail soon for my fantasy football championship.
Yeah, that's the mini
It's the
Lombardi.
first year I've ever had bragging rights.
How many?
Hold on. Not just bragging rights. That was the most dominant fantasy
Yeah, he
championship
crushed.
performance
Yeah, John,
I've
you
ever
never
seen.
had a chance ever.
He put the guy in retirement. He texted all, and he said, "I'm retiring from fantasy."
This
I
was
mean, that's not a lie.
a 96-point victory in the finals.
It was over on Thursday night after that Puka game.
Yeah.
This was the Puka game where he went nuclear against
and,
Seattle.
And if our commish did not mess up and made this go one extra week like it should have been. So, semifinals, I had Pitts go off Thursday night for almost 50
yeah.
points. Then I had Puka go off on a Thursday night for 50
48.
points. Then I would have had Henry go off for 48 or 49 points the very next
3 weeks in a row.
It was the most stress-free road to the chip anyone could have
It
had.
had a stranglehold on it.
All right, we're going to move on to question 14. 2 more questions. How many NFL teams have hosted a Super Bowl in their own stadium?
Oh, wow. Just a number. How many?
We got
Yep, just the number.
do we got an over under?
It's not.
Got the potential for it this year. Super Bowl's in San Francisco this
Yeah.
year. Santa Clara.
Really? Okay.
Is that too many? Oh wait, twice? What was the question?
How many teams?
How many NFL teams have hosted a Super Bowl in their own stadium?
Oh, while they were playing or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like played in Super Bowl
oh.
in their own stadium.
not all 30.
Well, I didn't know how many teams have hosted a Super Bowl
No.
in general.
No, while they were playing.
Yeah.
While they were
Who
playing,
won?
Played in the Super Bowl and it was
Someone
in their stadium.
Won
It's
one.
a
Was it the
complete
Rams?
guess.
Might have been the Rams that won one. I
Right?
think it's 2.
1, 2,
I got
3.
three.
You got 2. You have 3. It's 1. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady.
That's it?
That's it.
wow.
That was the only time.
Mm.
Leave it to Tom Brady.
Nah.
All right. Last question before the final. Which NFL team won the first Super Bowl?
We get a bonus if we know who they beat.
Yeah.
All right, ready, Brad?
You right?
I think you beat me.
Packers, Chiefs.
Packers.
Packers is
Packers
correct.
beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we have, Brent, you have 10 total points. Brad, you have 8 total points.
I was close.
All right, what you're going to do
3 of those points came off of looking through the window at Brent's answer.
is I want you guys to write down, I want you to write down a number. You have 10 points, you have 8 points. I want you to write down a number that you're going to guess like on a Final Jeopardy.
Well, Brad always goes for the green and 2, so
Well-
I'm pretty sure I know where this is going.
And then I'm going to ask you a question, and we're going to determine the winner after that.
Okay.
Okay. What team did the Tennessee Titans defeat in the Music City Miracle game on January 8th, 2000? What team did the Tennessee Titans defeat in the Music City Miracle game on January 8th, 2000? Brent looks confident over there.
I think I got this one.
I'm not confident, but I think I got a stab at it.
Okay. All right. So what are your points that you're each?
I wagered 7 points because I think Brad was going to wager all 8 of his.
He
I
went
I went
6.
6.
Okay.
All right. Well, who do we got?
It's the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I'm wrong. I went with the Bengals.
It is the Buffalo Bills.
All right.
Congratulations, Brent. That brings your score to 17. Brad, 2 points.
There wasn't a doubt in my mind.
You'll get a consolation prize.
That was a lot of fun.
But
Jimmy.
congratulations. And
Yeah.
we're going to try and bring you some more trivia. You can send us ideas, leave us ideas in the comments. But it's not all going to be NFL. We'll switch it up.
Yeah, that was
Nice
awesome.
one. Good questions. Yeah.
Very, very nice. All
All
right.
guys.
I'm
Well,
surprised. I'm
put
actually
more down
surprised I
again.
knew a couple of them.
Ah, you did good.
Yeah.
While we're on this NFL kick, we gotta go over the Week 18 NFL preview. Matchups of the week. Look, there's 3 that stand out above all others because they're all have huge playoff implications. We got Seahawks 49ers for the 1 seed, the West title. We've got Panthers and Bucks in the NFC South, the division nobody seems to want to take. And then we've got the Ravens and Steelers, AFC North, bitter rivals. Let's start with the game out in San Francisco. Seattle going on the road to the 49ers. The winner gets the 1 seed. The loser ends up with the 5 seed. Winner gets a bye, home field throughout the playoffs. These teams played all the way back in week 1. All right, San Francisco won 17-13. A lot has happened and changed since then.
Yep.
San Francisco has weathered the storm with injuries. They've won 6 in a row, 6-0 since Brock has been back. His last 2 games, Brock Purdy has 10 total touchdowns. I want to see what Sam does in another pressure-filled big game. We've got Seahawks, Niners. What do you guys think about this one?
Me and Sam Darnold, we go way back. And
To the Adam Gase days?
yes. And I don't like hating on Sam. Like I said, I root for Sam. I want him to do good, but
Do you like hating on Gase?
oh my gosh. We can do a whole episode on that. I'll go in Freddie's corner for like 30 minutes on that. But yeah, Sam Darnold, I like the guy, but I feel like a lot of these games that they've won, I look at the box score and it's just like 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 17 field goals made by Seattle. And that's not going to work against San Francisco. What I'd like to see is Darnold come in, take over the game, and sling the ball around. You have JSN, you have some playmakers on there, but that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll see that. I think San Francisco's winning this game.
I agree. Seattle's favored right now, 1.5 at the time of filming here. Look, this is a game filled with stars, Brad. You got Christian McCaffrey has over 1,000 rushing yards, closing in on 1,000 receiving yards. A running back to hit both of those is impressive. JSN leads the NFL. Jackson Smith and Jigba with 1,709 receiving yards. Some health questions for San Francisco, right? Is Kittle going to play? Is Trent Williams going to play? I think a huge X factor in this game is Shaheed going to play. He has been huge on special teams since Seattle traded for him. Had a concussion last week. That's a big X factor in this game because, like Jimmy said, Seattle special teams has been a big part of their team this year. Look, getting that 1 seed is important. Gives you a chance to get healthy, and it gives you a chance to stay at home in the playoffs.
I feel like the momentum's with San Francisco in this game. With them, they're playing at home. First of all, Purdy's on a heater right now.
Yeah.
I feel like this game's going to come down to consistency, and San Fran's been the more consistent team. Seattle's been in some battles with some teams they shouldn't be in battles with, and that's why I think San Fran's going to come out on top in this game. Purdy's got it going on.
I agree.
That's all I can say. And Darnold, like you said, he's iffy. You don't know which Darnold's going to come out. Now, the other thing is he's been in some pressure cooker type of games this year and come out on top, coming with some late game heroics to win it. And that's what it takes to win those pressure games is more experience in them. And he's had some big experience with that.
Yeah.
You got a top-tier offense going against a top-tier defense here. We're going to see who blinks first in this one. Staying on those Saturday games, we got the Panthers traveling down to Tampa Bay. The Bucks. Panthers 8-8, Bucks 7-8. Man, these two teams both had a chance to win last week. Carolina obviously taking the loss. Seattle coming into town. That's a tough game. Tampa losing the Battle of Florida to Miami. Look, the Bucks are a sinking ship right now. I think they've lost 7 of 8 games. I think in his last 7 games, Baker has 8 interceptions. They don't look right.
No one wants to watch this game, but we will because it's a battle for a playoff spot.
And it's a little tricky, too, so I want to put this caveat in. If Carolina wins, they win the division. If the Bucks win and Atlanta wins, Carolina wins the division based off of opponents' records, how it all shakes out. So
now, is Atlanta playing at home?
Atlanta is playing at home this week. Atlanta has
that's
the Saints at home.
Kind of makes a big difference with these NFC South teams. Is it home, and that's why you can't count Baker out. He's such a dog, and he's at home in front of this Tampa Bay fans with the division on the line, right? And it doesn't matter who gets in because most likely they're playing the Rams first round. And I think the Rams are going to handle either one of these teams, whoever gets in.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the Panthers get in. That's where we live, Carolina.
Well, the winner of this game will actually probably either play San Francisco or Seattle. It's going to end up with the 5 seed.
And like he said, I don't know if either of these teams have enough juice to beat either of those teams.
But you know what's like high hopes for Carolina fans, like to actually, if they get in, to be like, yeah, Bryce Young may be the guy.
Well, it's good to see. Yeah.
And if they don't get in, is it part ways with Bryce Young?
I think Bryce Young has showed enough this year. Yeah, he deserves at least another year, and you got to keep on building around him. But he has to do something, win more than half of the games.
In a
sure.
pretty rough game last week.
Yes.
When you look at, I think he attempted like 20-something passes and maybe had
that was ugly.
Maybe had 54 yards. It was something pretty intense. The other big game on the schedule for the AFC North Division title. This is the Sunday nighter. It all comes down to this. Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Baltimore Ravens. I was really surprised at this line. The Ravens getting 3.5 points.
Martin Scorsese couldn't have written a better script.
Ideal setup between these two teams that do not like each other. The big question I have for you guys. Number 1, is Lamar going to play? Number 2, should he play? Would you rather a banged-up Lamar who really can't move around too much or a healthy, mobile Huntley? This is an interesting question to ask.
I think you have to probably start Huntley, but Lamar's got to be right there on the sideline. If he wants to play and he's healthy enough to play, I think you got to get him. If things start going a little sideways, you got to get Lamar in there, but I think you might try out Huntley, see if you take a lead and hold that.
And I got a couple good friends, Baltimore fans. Shout out Brennan, shout out Tomcat. They're worried where's Lamar's head in all this too? Has he checked out of this season already?
Well, you're also hearing grumblings. Maybe he's unhappy at this point in the Ravens, and maybe he gets traded or walks. But
do you throw out a starting hungry Huntley, who's still athletic quarterback, could run the ball, and just feed Henry?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's got to be the game plan either way. I think this is a Henry game. Like, you just got to feed him the rock and let him.
Bottom line, if you're an AFC quarterback, whether you're Lamar, whether you're Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes is not in the playoffs this year. This is the year you got to take advantage of.
Yeah, you got to get in now this year.
And look, we touched on it earlier. The DK Metcalf suspension is huge here. That really, really hurt Pittsburgh. Rodgers not having a big body guy who can get downfield, not having a reliable red zone target.
He's been the security blanket for 100% all year.
100%. Can you even name the other receivers on Pittsburgh? I mean, it's rough over there. They had to sign Adam Thielen.
Gainwell?
Yeah,
he's a running back.
He's running back, but he's their best pass catcher now that DK's out. Couple other games with some implications. We're going to briefly touch on these. The Jags are hosting the Titans. The Jags are still in the hunt for the number 1 seed. They would have to have Denver and New England lose, but Jacksonville's looking really, really good. This game not only means a lot to Jacksonville, but in some way, shape, or form, if Jacksonville were to lose this game and the Texans were to beat the Colts, the Texans would jump them, get that 3 seed. So still a lot to play for, right? The Pats hosting the Dolphins. If Denver loses to the Chargers, the Patriots get the 1 seed. Commanders and Eagles, right? If the Eagles win and the Bears lose, the Eagles will get the 2 seed, which is big because that's home field.
Yeah.
There's a lot still at play.
These storylines are real life too, because look what just happened this past week. Is some top teams getting knocked off by no names.
Yeah.
So the Rams in Atlanta.
The Falcons.
Anything can happen. These are all professional teams.
Yeah.
And they're all out there to win.
Except the Raiders.
It couldn't be a more obvious cash it in.
Brad, I want to know your thoughts because obviously you're probably excited. Jackson Dart has a big game. Giants beat the Raiders 34-10. But this is what, 2 years in a row the Giants have kind of given up the number 1 pick.
More than that, man. It goes back to Chase Young giving it up to the Redskins at the time, Commanders now, but.
Speaking of Chase Young,
this does.
I saw that. That was a great strip sack touchdown.
Just a manly play.
Takes it out of his hand while he's going down.
That's what we do to our children and nephews on Thanksgiving Day in the backyard.
He got in the end zone and just looked back at the quarterback.
If you don't know what we're talking about, look at the Chase Young strip sack touchdown against Cam Ward from this past weekend.
And Cam Ward's a big guy,
and he makes him look small.
He just rips it away.
That was absolutely wild.
So let's talk about Giants and Vegas a little bit, but we play in an over 30 men's basketball league. So Max Crosby, if you've hit 30 yet, come on. I saw your b-ball skills there, so let's bring it to the Outer Banks on our over 30 league.
It's like the off-balance fadeaway 3.
Yeah, right.
But no, as a fan, you never want to see your team phone it in. And
we
the
talked
Giants
about this last week.
No, you can't do that. They're all competitors out there. That's what I want to see. There's a lot of talk about the Giants wanting to go draft a quarterback. I don't agree with it. I think Dart is our dude. I believe in you.
Please draft another quarterback.
I feel like this is a situation, if the Giants make that dumb decision to go draft a quarterback and get rid of Dart, Dart's going to go behind our back and win 5 Super Bowls with another team. We need to land. The biggest thing for us is landing that head coaching position.
You got to nail the coach. You have offensive talent on that team.
Yeah.
And we have high draft picks already this year.
Yeah. You need secondary help.
Man, if we could get some secondary help, maybe another a compliment to Malik Neighbors out there.
Wan'Dale Robinson quietly had a really good year for the Giants.
He's an incredible slot receiver when he plays his position.
Yeah.
So, That's about all I got on him.
The I cannot emphasize this enough. We've talked about it. The Giants have to nail the head coaching spot here. You have a quarterback who
it's so up in the air.
Look, Dart looked legit. That first game against the Eagles, he spanked them. I mean, it was unbelievably impressive. Neighbors coming back from an ACL. You've got Scadaboo. Like we said, Robinson's a good complementary piece on offense. You've got to get a coach who can develop offensive minds and develop a quarterback.
And let's say I was not all for getting rid of Dayball this season. And
I know. I want Philly to sign him as offensive coordinator.
But look at Dart's stats with Dayball as his coach, as opposed to Dart's stats after he got fired, right?
Yeah.
And you just give Dayball one more year with that kid, I think we'd be doing all right.
Like,
and
Dayball
I think we had other coaching positions that needed to be fixed before Dayball.
I mean, Dayball had the thing with coaches to me is you have your shots, and he just wasn't getting it done. At some point, you just have to move on, and you have to find a coach that complements that quarterback. Now that you have Jackson, now you have to find that coach that's going to complement that quarterback.
John Gruden.
I'd love to see Gruden back in the
Bring
league.
him out of retirement.
Free John Gruden.
Anything else that you guys have as far as Week 18 upcoming that you're looking forward to? I think we touched on most of the big stuff here. This is always an exciting week because you just never know how it's going to shake out in that playoff seeding. And again, those initial matchups, I can tell you right now, the Philly is sitting at 3. As of right now, we are slated to play the Rams. I would much rather play Green Bay than the Rams. I hope somehow this thing flip-flops. Chicago loses. We get the win.
Green Bay, I mean, the Rams are way more dangerous
I
than Green Bay.
I don't want to see the Rams in round 1, even if it is at home in Philly in the cold weather. Give me Stafford in the cold because I know as you get a little bit older, that cold weather, things start to hurt a little more. But, seeding matters, and who you end up in that first round with absolutely matters. So, playoffs are around the corner, right? We've got the college football playoff. That means it's really time to take up your game day meal and food prep to another level.
My favorite part of game day.
Brad's going to lead us on. He had a great idea for our top 5 this week.
I'm going to host this little segment. This is going to be our top 5 game day eats, all right? There's nothing better than getting together with friends and family for Sunday football, all right? Go to church in the morning, you get your good stuff in, you get home, everyone's got like something in the crock pot, throw something in the oven, maybe someone prepared stuff the night before, get a platter from the grocery store.
There's a lot of ways to do it.
There's plenty of ways, but it's just it's the feeling of home when you get all the right appetizers and you're just watching football all day.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it then.
Start with number 5.
We'll start number 5, Jimmy.
All right, my number 5 is not everyone's cup of tea, but I love some pigs in a blanket.
Okay.
To me, you could just get a box of 1,000 of them, make them. They could sit there. You could eat them all day. You could get different sauces. And I just find myself gravitating. And let me be honest, I don't really even eat hot dogs much, but pigs in a blanket are pretty amazing.
But a mini hot dog you'll do.
Now,
exactly. I love mini hot dogs.
I think I went to one Super Bowl party. Somebody stepped up the pigs in the blanket idea where they did the croissant bread, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Brie cheese and the pigs in the blanket.
Yeah, you don't have to go the plain old frozen. You make it however you want, but to me, if you just have a big old bowl of those.
Now listen,
perfect.
It had probably been a couple years since I'd had pigs in a blanket, and Jimmy's parents' awesome Christmas party had pigs in a blanket this past go around. Delicious.
Yeah,
I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed
it.
It's a solid pick.
Does your family do kosher?
I wish we only eat Hebrew National.
Brent, what you got for your number 5?
Number 5 for me, I'm going with a classic here. I said pizza. Game day pizza. Yep. For me, you got to have cheese, and then I like to mix it up. You know, the other pie, maybe buffalo chicken. Can't go wrong with the meat lovers. One of my favorites, though, I like a pepperoni with banana peppers. I'm a huge fan. What kind of pizza you guys
You a
roll?
Hawaiian? You guys like Hawaiian pizza?
I like any pizza.
I'll eat it if it's there. It's not my top choice, but what are you guys rolling with this? And like I said, you have to have a cheese. Just,
Yeah.
just a original
Everyone,
plain cheese
even
pizza.
I will say this: when everyone wants, get me this kind of pizza, that kind, they eat one slice of that other kind, and then 2 slices of cheese. So you're right; you got to have multiple cheese pieces.
I'm no Dave Portnoy here as far as grading pizzas. I don't care if my bread's soggy or if my bread's crisp. With the right herbs, any pizza's good.
Colonel Sanders, herbs and spices. Yeah, I mean pizza's a classic. Now I will say this: you gotta have when you get that pizza, you gotta get either like garlic knots with it or another side like mozzarella sticks, whatever it is to pair with it. And but pizza always great.
All right, well I'll stay on the same page. I'll bring my top 5. Anyone heard of a company called Tostinos?
Yes.
Pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Come on. It's a classic. You get a bag of them.
Yep.
Most of the time, you get like 3rd-degree burns on the roof of your mouth.
That's
because
they put lava inside of there.
I mean, you got to let them cool down for but here's the thing. Here's the thing with pizza rolls. If you don't eat them hot, you're eating them cold because there's an immediate switch in temperature.
It's a fine line. You have about 3-minute time frame to eat pizza rolls.
What you got to do is you got to take a fork and poke a couple holes in the pizza roll. Just get the steam coming out a little bit. That's like the
you
safety
bite the
valve.
corner off of and let it all flow out, and then you could go to town. But good Tostinos pizza rolls, mine. You got a number 4?
I like those finger foods, the little appetizers that you can snack on all game long. You don't necessarily fill up.
The ones you don't count how many you had,
Well, bottom line is if you're starting at the 1 o'clock Sunday games and you're going to make it all the way through the Sunday night game, you got to pace yourself. So the finger foods are good to mix in.
A little bit at a time. All right, my number 4, I'm going to go with some chips and dip. Now, we're talking about like tortilla chips and queso or buffalo chicken dip and
how
chips.
about a good spinach dip?
Spinach dip, artichoke dip. A lot of options, but I'm a big fan of chips and salsa as well.
Yeah.
It's a must-have at any...
You get a couple big bowls of chips, a bunch of different sauces. One rule only. There's only one rule during that, and that's no double dipping. Okay, out there, if you double dip, you're a disgusting person, okay?
And at what age is it okay to put the dip on your stomach, Brad?
Maybe 70 or 75. And you got to be able to balance it on there perfectly.
I don't know. If I keep going, it might be 41.
Our grandfather, Freddie, of Freddie's Corner.
I think he worked on this tabletop belly for a long time.
Sculpted it.
He could... I mean, it was really innovative.
You have to have the perfect... You have to have a lazy boy that you can sit back in perfectly and create the belly table.
Oh, boy. Number 4 for me... I'm going with a build your own sub bar.
Yeah.
Where we're talking, all the deli meats, turkey, ham,
got your gabagool,
capicola, provolone, mozzarella, all the different cheeses, the sub rolls, the toppings, the shredded lettuce, the onions, the tomatoes, the banana peppers, the jalapenos, oil and vinegar, mayonnaise, mustard. I'm a huge fan of a sub on Football Sunday. And I love, it's good to pick one up from the store, for convenience, but I love when someone has the build your own sub at home bar.
What's great for all you health nuts out there, you could take your unhealthy deli meats and just, wrap them, the cheese inside of it. And you don't have to do bread, but you can just make yourself a little gabagool roll.
I'll take their bread. I'll take double bread and eat all the gluten.
All right, let's see. Number 4 for me. Let's go. I like a good calzone. All right. I know we're staying a little heavy on the pizza, but let's go with the calzone. You slice it up in about 16 pieces or so everyone could have a little bit. It's kind of like an appetizer before the main course, but my favorite is a pepperoni and pineapple calzone.
Ooh,
You get some juices in there with the ricotta cheese and the mozzarella cheese, but Yeah, I'd rather have that than a pizza
I
any
think I'm
day.
just a pepperoni cheese calzone guy.
I'm a ham and cheese calzone guy.
That's
Well, the
pretty
ham
good.
pineapple's a good combo too.
You know the best thing about the calzone is the ricotta cheese.
Yeah.
It's what makes it.
Ricotta, an underrated cheese.
Yes, yes.
Jay,
All right,
round
moving on.
three.
3. Number 3, we're going to go with a Chicky Tendy bar.
Ooh.
All right? Give me a big pan of crispy chicken tenders and give me about 10 different kinds of sauces from spicy to sweet to savory. I guarantee you put a chicken tender bar with about 100 chicken tenders out, and every single person at that party is going to have a plate full.
We need to have a playoff watching party, maybe like the first round, and make some of these and bring them. My mouth is starting to water here. Yeah. This chicken tender bar sounds special. So if you had to pick, if you were only allowed one sauce, what are you rolling with?
For a chicken tender?
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, barbecue is a classic, but my favorite for chicken tenders is honey mustard.
I'm gonna take a honey mustard too.
I'm a honey
mustard.
mustard.
You got ranch. You got buffalo. Yeah, there's a lot of options.
There's a
here.
ton
It
of
depends,
options.
though.
Chick-fil-A
Yeah,
sauce.
the buffalo sauce is
Yeah.
great. Now, I will say, one of the best sauces ever is from McDonald's. It's called hot mustard, and you can get it with chicken nuggets. If you get your hands on some hot mustard, all right, I won't go too far into this, but it will change your life. It changed my life.
I didn't know
I don't
people-
know for the better.
I didn't know
or
people
what,
still
but-
ate at McDonald's.
Does
Well, I mean,
just
this is
playing.
when I was a kid. That's what I used to get, and
does your toilet eat hot mustard for breakfast the next morning?
man, I wish something in my house could dispense hot mustard because I would use it on a lot of stuff.
What sauce would you roll with, Brad?
It depends on the honey mustard. I'm not into like the creamy, like Dijon honey mustard, but
Yeah.
that like honey, more
Okay.
honey style, spicy honey mustard. I'll take that.
Yeah, honey mustard has
Yeah.
its own category
Yep.
in and
Yeah.
of itself. There's
Yep.
5 or 6 different
That
types.
hey, and a good a Rufus Teague barbecue sauce to me.
I don't know.
Guess
I'm not
right.
familiar with Rufus.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3. I'm gonna go with an app, a finger food here. Give me a bacon wrapped, goat cheese stuffed jalapeno popper with some honey drizzled on top.
Little hot honey.
Do yourselves a favor.
I'd switch out the goat cheese for something different, but they are delicious.
This
Phenomenal.
episode is sponsored by Depends.
You got to get that bacon crispy too,
Yeah.
where it just
Yum.
gives it like a little bit of a wrapping around
and
it.
you're right. It
Yeah.
has to be a home. Don't get those frozen.
No.
Those things are terrible. Make yourself
And don't-
homemade.
And don't fry these unless
No,
you got an
bake 'em.
air fryer.
Bake 'em.
But either smoke them or bake
Yeah.
them.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely. And the thing that touches this off, because I like my poppers with a little bit of spice to them, nothing crazy, but when you put a little bit of that honey drizzle on top, it kind of counterbalances
Oh, yeah.
the spice a little bit.
All right.
Do yourselves a favor next time you're invited to someone's house to watch football and bring these, guaranteed to get invited again.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
All right, my
your
number
number
three.
three, yeah.
All right. I know anyone who's ever been to a get together has had these, and never knew how to make them. But it's the jellied meatballs that come in the crock pot. All right.
Jellied meatballs.
Explain.
It's a classic meatball. They're kind of sweet flavored, right?
You mean like a Swedish meatball?
Yeah, but this is how you make these things, right? You use a chili powder and like a chili sauce. Grape jelly you throw in these things.
Interesting.
All right, and this is what you guys have been eating for years without knowing this, but that's the secret recipe
Where?
to the best ones.
I don't know if I've had that.
But yeah, it's a crock pot made meatball. You get your chili powder, chili sauce, chili flakes.
I mean, I would certainly try it.
And you
Sure.
throw a jar of grape jelly in there. And, ooh, yeah. That's what gives it that nice glaze on the outside.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm all right. Something new, and I'll try
Mhm.
anything once. Food wise,
All right, where are we down to? Number 2?
number 2.
Top 2.
All right, my number 2 is going to be another pizza category.
If you can't tell, Jimmy's got some Italian in him.
This is only my second one. I
Does it
think
involve?
you did too.
Does it involve a bagel?
No, but bagel bites are delicious. No. All right, Stromboli.
Ooh.
And I say this because shout out to my dad who does watch these. Every Super Bowl he would make a Stromboli, pepperoni, salami, ham, cheese, baked in a pizza dough, and you bake it, and then you slice it up into half-inch strips, and then throw it back in the oven on a pan and crisp up the bottom a little bit. But that really sets up a
You
fire.
just house like 20 of those strips.
Yeah.
20. I mean, I think
you're eating slivers at a time.
he had to make like 2 or 3 of these rolls just because everyone wanted so much. But
So make the marinara, like homemade marinara for the side.
I don't know if it was homemade marinara, but
Maybe Janine.
I I can't even remember. She may have, but
Gravy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Brent.
Number 2, we got to bust out the smoker, and we're doing a combo here. We're doing pulled pork, obviously North Carolina style barbecue, but we're also going to get some brisket going in that smoker, and we're doing sandwiches, barbecue style sandwich, either brisket or pork, some coleslaw, some different barbecue style sauces, some pickles if you want to throw pickles on there. I think the brisket and barbecue sandwiches for me. It's tough to keep this one out of the number 1 spot.
Yeah, I mean, that is some of my favorite food ever is, barbecue.
Well, and the anticipation, too, especially if you got the London games going early. That's when you get that smoker really starting to roll in the morning. And just the anticipation, the smell as that smoker's really getting
Eat all
things
that
right.
brisket and pulled pork and you're asleep by the 4 o'clock games.
I feel like there's too many things to just really narrow down to a top 5.
Yeah, I mean, we could go all day, but we'll stick with the
It's
top
tough.
It's been nice. There's not been tons of overlap, though. I thought this was going to be a lot of overlap.
I think number 1, we're going to have a bunch of overlap, maybe.
I'm gonna keep this in the sandwich category. I think I know Jimmy's number 1, so I want to let him have that. How about a good pot of hot sausage and pepper sandwiches?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Sausage and pepper.
Shout out to Mama
Mama Dukes.
Mama V, Donatron. We got you. I mean, your pots of sausage and pepper sandwiches. You put out the nice Kaiser rolls, and that's what we'd have on every Super Bowl Sunday.
And you get to where the bread at the end is just like you're just sopping up the gravy with it.
I'm a neat freak when it comes to eating. Like, I could eat 3 dozen wings and not use 1 napkin, right? These sausage and pepper sandwiches, you have no chance. You better have wet wipes when you're eating these.
You just wear a bib and clean up afterwards. You just face the pain.
You got to get a good hot Italian sausage and make it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a good bread, though. You get a good bread for that.
The Amorosa roll or the hard roll.
Good toasted bread.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. What's the number 1, Jay?
All right, for me, number
It's
1.
going to be the same.
Yeah, I think we both had the same. You just have so many options with this, but this is chicken wings. And for me, I like my wings to be nice and crispy on the outside. I like some hot wings as well. Maybe ranch, maybe a little bit of blue cheese dipping sauce on there. But yeah, there's all sorts of different wings, right, that you could get.
So,
Number 1 for me as well.
wings.
Wings.
So, let's all, I mean,
It's the first time we've all agreed on a top answer on our top 10
it's
and top
pretty hard
5
to move
countdowns.
wings out of number 1.
I had a higher up, but Jimmy kind of covered in the dips, but was a 7-layer bean dip.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a classic party
Yep.
dip. But are any of your wing recipes a secret, or can we all discuss our methods of how we make our wings?
Yeah, sure.
I can't give it all away, but I will say I like to really slow cook my wings for a while in the oven. Give them a little tender love and care. Let them really, really slow cook about 200 degrees, 210 degrees. And then I like Jimmy said, the char on the outside, where the outside just gets a little bit of crisp, a little bit of char. You got to have celery and carrots to balance out some of the heat. And I know there's a lot of different flavors of wings, right?
Yeah.
You got teriyaki, and you can make all these different types of barbecue. And I'm a fan of a buffalo wing,
Yeah.
a wet, buffalo
wet,
wing.
right?
Absolutely.
That was my next question. Are you guys like wet or dry rub wing fans?
I'm saucing it during the whole cooking process, and then at the end, when it comes off the grill, charred and crisped, just covering it in sauce.
I mean, I think buffalo sauce on there, but I do like a dry lemon pepper wing. That probably comes from living in Atlanta for so long.
Yeah.
Now, Brad,
they sold them everywhere, and I fell in love with them.
Brad, you do something interesting with your wings.
I do a little different. If you can nail it, smoking the wings, I think, is the best way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, my recipe, because I never had a smoker until recently, and then it crapped out, and I haven't bought a new one since. But I got this little tip from my Uncle Greg. Shout out to him. I like to boil my wings in pineapple juice first. It helps to break down the toughness of the wing, the acidity of the pineapple juice, breaks the meat down a little bit. Gives them a nice fruity flavor to them. But we boil them first. Then I take my wings out on the grill and get them nice and charred. Because like you, I don't like a slimy wing.
It's got to be crispy on
I
the
like
outside.
a good charred, crispy wing.
Tender on the inside.
But when you boil them, it keeps a lot of moisture inside. And then if you can kind of sear them on a real hot grill to get that crust on the outside, it still keeps all that juiciness on the inside.
Absolutely.
Then I like to do my own homemade wing sauce. I do a couple combinations, but Frank's is the way to go, man.
That's the best.
You make a classic Frank's with butter. Then you can marry in maybe some Rufus Teagues into that, or like a Sweet Baby Ray's if you want a spicy barbecue.
Yep.
But Frank's is my base for anything hot.
100%. The more butter, the more mild. The less butter, the spicier you get with it.
How do you guys feel about garlic parmesan wings?
I like all kinds of wings, but
Yeah.
as far as like my favorite, and I tell you, I like a spicy barbecue.
Yes.
Like if you get like a habanero barbecue,
Any type of spicy wing to me is like superior, but
yeah.
But yeah, and I agree. I think when I make wings, I do it a little bit differently. I like putting a little bit of soy sauce and actually Italian dressing together. And I don't really marinate the wings for very long, maybe a couple hours. And
look, bottom line, we could talk food all night, but we got to keep things rolling here.
Yeah, we'll have to do a comparison too one day. But I feel like the garlic parmesan's like the J.J. McCarthy of the wings is 9.
Yeah, it's that's every now and again you got to do that.
All right, moving on to the contest. We're gonna do our contest picks, wrap it up with some DFS. Jimmy has been making some moves. So a few weeks ago, Jimmy was sitting at 6-11-1. It looked like his contest season was done. This kid has rung off 6 straight picks. So if you're following us and watching us, you might want to see what Jimmy picks this week. He's 6-0 in his last 6 picks.
Here.
He's taken the lead in the contest by a half a game over Brad, a game and a half over me. All right, week 18 picks, fellas. Let's run through these. Brad, we're going to start with you. Go Jimmy, then me. Who you got for your first pick, week 18?
I'm staying with the hot team. Let's go San Fran plus 1.5 versus Seattle.
I'm going to go that as well.
That's all 3 of our first pick. San Fran plus 1.5.
I don't think you could bet against them right now.
I don't think so either.
And we should preface this with, there aren't like a ton of games. There's a lot of guys sitting out this week. It's very hard to know who's going to play a full game, who's not. So I tried to stick to mostly games where there's a little skin in the game.
And
check your updates, check your DFS teams. Not every team is going to be playing starters this weekend. There are some teams who are locked into playoff position. This factors in big when you're making bets or gambling.
And you look 5 weeks ago, nobody was talking about San Francisco winning this division or alone, being number 1 seed in the NFC. You got to roll with who's hot right now towards the end of the year. That's who brings the momentum into the playoffs.
Yep.
San Fran's going to score some points. If nothing else, they're fun to watch. What do you got at number 2, Brad?
The past few weeks, I have taken a big spread, right? And it's panned out every time. I'm going Jacksonville minus 12.5 versus Tennessee at home. Okay. I think they're putting a stamp on it again.
They just beat them 25-3 a couple weeks ago, so it's not unlikely. Jimmy, what do you got at number 2?
I have the Carolina Panthers getting 2.5 versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think this actually opened up with the Panthers getting 3.5, which I would have jumped all over. But I think the Panthers actually win this game.
You're going with the win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one mentality. Yeah, they're
and I'm just going to cross my fingers on this game and hope.
Yeah.
All right, give me Mike Tomlin in a Sunday night home premiere TV game. They're getting 3.5. It was the half point that did it for me. I don't understand how Pittsburgh is a 3.5 point underdog at home. They just whipped up on Baltimore a few weeks ago. They do not have DK. That's a big factor in this game. But the Ravens might not have Lamar, which I think is also a big factor. Pittsburgh getting 3.5 at home. Mike Tomlin pulls out the magic. I think Pittsburgh on the money line is a great play here. I do not see them losing this game.
That's a bold strategy, Cot. As the way the script is getting written, it's playing for Baltimore. No, I don't. I wanted to, but they've screwed me on every time I picked them. So, and they're still my Super Bowl favorite, and I'm counting on them to get in. So, bold pick there. I like that pick though.
Yeah, I do. I'm
got to go against the grain to get back to first place.
I'm a believer in Mike Tomlin. I actually think this is Pittsburgh at home in these primetime televised games is tough to beat.
That's actually my third pick. The Steelers getting 3.5. I think.
How am I going to make up any ground on you, Jimmy, if we have two of the same picks?
This is just a weird week, I think. But like that hook on the 3.5, that 0.5 points kind of sealed it for me.
Me too. The half a point.
I don't know. And these division games, like they're always usually pretty tight at the end of the year like this. So I think it's going to be a tight game either way.
It's going to be a typical AFC North smash-mouth, low-scoring football game.
I got to take the Steelers right now and rock with them getting 3.5.
Unless the Ravens give Henry the ball 40 times, you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
But
Third pick, Brad?
Third pick. Chew! Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Chew! Oh, bless you. He's been sneezing a lot lately. He might be getting sick. Well,
Rey Mysterio.
He's still a believer.
Rey Mysterio.
It's the last game of the season. It's the last game of the season, and if I don't put my Giants on these picks, then I'm not a true fan.
I like it.
Then let me tell you something, brother. The Giants plus 3.5 at home against these Dallas Cowgirls.
Oh boy!
All right.
Look, Giants, you had your chance to get the number one pick last week, but guess what? The Vegas Raiders, they phoned it in before you could.
I don't think they ever planned on winning that, the Raiders.
And if you think you want to be the cream of the crop next year, only the cream rises to the top. So I'm taking the New York Giants at home against the Dallas Cowgirls. Plus 3.5.
All right.
Got faith.
I like it.
All right. I don't know how I can top that. My third pick, give me the New England Patriots, minus 11.5. The Dolphins are coming to town. Miami is not a cold weather team. Ewers starting at quarterback. This game means something to New England. New England has been dominating bad teams. New England minus 11.5 is going to be my third pick.
All right, yeah.
All right, any DFS guys you boys like this week before we wrap it up?
Well, now that he has the mask on, I will tell you. Jackson Dart versus the Cowboys for 5,700 on DraftKings. Put it on the board.
That's who I got. 25.1 points last week.
I think he does it again.
Granted, it's the Raiders. But Dallas actually has the worst defense against quarterbacks this whole year. So I expect Dart and Wan'Dale Robinson to make that connection again.
Whether the Giants lose or not, the number one pick is gone. The Raiders have that. So I think they're going to come out and play.
With this mask on, I feel like Jackson Dart or Cam Scatterboo and bashing my head through the wall.
Scatterboo, we need you to come on. This is your bash brother right here.
I like an affordable quarterback as well. Give me Tyler Shuck down there in New Orleans. He's quietly put together a nice season. 4 wins in a row. He's only 5,300. If you're going to pay up at quarterback, though, this is the week to take Drake May. 7,100. New England is playing for something. Like I said, Miami tends to not play well in the cold.
They're going to give up.
It's going to be chilly up there.
They don't play
in New
in
England.
the cold.
Any running backs, receivers, or tight ends you guys like? Let me start out this one. Colston Loveland, $3,900. Luther Burden might not play in this game. I believe he hurt a quad.
Yeah, he was injured
at the end of that game.
And Burden, what a big game for him.
Yeah, guy's a
Is
stud.
Dunze back at all?
Dunze's if back, he's going to be banged up some too.
Moore's still a little banged up as well, right?
I look at Colston Loveland. He's only $3,900 on DraftKings as a good play. I also think you got to take a look at Kenneth Gainwell. We talked about it. Pittsburgh's receiving is depleted with DK not being out there. It was a down week this past week for Gainwell. They only scored 6 points. I think Pittsburgh finds a way to get the ball in that guy's hands. I think he's a great running back option this week.
I got a wide receiver in Parker Washington. He's got 2 weeks in a row, 22 points and 29.5 points. Punt return for a touchdown also.
Yeah.
He's becoming Lawrence's new favorite guy.
Yeah.
And they got something to play for, but he's only 5,100 on DK right now.
Yeah.
I like James Cook versus the Jets. If you haven't watched the Jets play lately, whoever's playing against them, take them.
Do yourselves a favor and don't. Just don't watch it.
Yeah, I watch it so you don't have to, and I'm just going to be the messenger to you. But James Cook might go for 700 yards this game. As long as the Bills are still in it. I think they play at 425 as long as they're still in there. But I just like James Cook to have a big game here. And then also, if he plays, I know Sirianni said they might rest the starters. Nothing was final, but I do like Dallas Goedert. Jalen Hurts getting them involved. And if they do rest guys, I have a feeling it'll be guys like A.J. Brown and Saquon.
Oh, yeah.
So check before you put him in, but Dallas Goedert, if he does play.
Lot on the line this week. Also, we've got some college football. We're down to the final 8. So Oregon playing Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl. Bama and Indiana in the Rose Bowl. Ole Miss and Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. And then New Year's Eve game, Jimmy's boys, Miami Hurricanes playing Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. So to be excited to watch some of that. And I think the last thing I just want to touch on, again, as NFL wraps up, we're going to be getting a little bit more into NBA, but we got to talk about, just for a second, this budding rivalry between the Spurs and the Thunder out west. So OKC is 27-5 on the year. Red hot start to the season. Only issue for them, they've lost 3 times to the Spurs this year. The Spurs have their number. Wemby and Shea, this could be a rivalry for years between these two teams. Very, very well-run organizations, well-coached teams. Going to be exciting to watch as the NBA starts to heat up a little bit.
Wemby, he's already been taking that next step this year. I think you're going to see this guy run the NBA for years to come, and OKC, you had a good run. You got your title.
And look, for the casual fan out there, Castle on San Antonio is a baller.
Was he the rookie of the year?
Yeah, absolute baller.
Yeah. If Wembanyama can stay healthy, he's heating up. He's on fire.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll be back next week. We're going to have some NFL. We're going to have some other fun stuff for you. If you haven't already, give us a subscribe. Hit that like button. Follow us on Instagram. Tell your friends about us. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.